Okay. The other thing to think about as well is what kind of story is it? So ask that question, what kind of story is it? Well, not all news stories are the same, and all of them connect and attract readers in different ways. Okay, so they connect with them in certain ways, and it depends really on what the purpose of the article is, because it can be humorous, scandalous, sensational, fear-mongering, heartwarming, or reflective in terms of the kinds of stories that it is. It could be other types as well, but it could be all of those things, and all those things are how people should feel about reading it. Whether it is something that's a bit funny and a bit lighthearted, whether it's something that people should really be paying attention to because it's an absolute outrage, whether it is sensational, it's something that's been really built up to be that way, whether it's something that people should be afraid of, whether it's something that is a bit heartwarming and touching, or whether it's something that just sort of reflects on something that has occurred, whether it be a sports event or on a performance or something else like that, or even if it's just generally reporting. Now, these are just sort of ones that I just pull off the top of my head, but there are many other purposes, and you got to think very carefully, what is the purpose of this article? What is it trying to do? And whether you're doing a comprehension exercise or whether you're doing a critical thinking exercise, it's always really good to think about what the article is trying to do, because you're more likely to find your answers from that. And especially if you're looking in terms of a comprehension point of view, if you find the purpose of the article, you can probably navigate what each part of it is. So to say that the purpose of the article is to entertain, okay, who said this when? Well, it's obviously going to be one of those sources which is adding to the entertainment value, so I'm going to look around and see where that person is. Okay, so you can point it towards certain ways of thinking, and obviously if you've got a question where you have to interpret the article, then you've got that as well. All stories want to connect with the reader in some way. That's the main point of them. And so through this, they appeal directly or indirectly to emotions and interests. So they either come out and just use very strong emotional language to get people to really care about it or really be interested in it, or they may just do it through their presentation of facts. So they may just indicate it subtly, that they don't have to come out and from the top and say that I feel this particular way and you should feel this way too. They'll present their point of view and then present their feelings through an unbiased, apparently, or an objective sounding account of what took place, and that is an indirect way of appealing to emotions and interests, to really get people to think in a certain way, but do it in a way where they're not really giving a personal point of view. And most will, and as I said, seeing as we are talking about impersonal newspaper articles, they don't necessarily put I in front of their opinion, but they can still do it directly through just emotional language which is used, which isn't necessarily journalistic, but it can be used to get the attention of a reader.